because everybody is not happy that you made it out. Everybody is not happy that you cracked the code. Everybody is not happy that you're going places. Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. I am Darian, and today in this video we are going to be talking about why you need to be willing to walk away. So I know for some people this may seem absurd, or maybe you're just not at that place yet where you realize the importance of walking away from things when it comes to your own dignity, self-love, when it comes to walking in purpose and living the life that you know you're supposed to be living. You are going to have to be okay with walking away from the people, things, and the places that no longer serve you in certain seasons. And to be honest, sometimes you may have to walk away for good. It may not be a thing where you're just walking away for a season. It may be a thing where you have to really be willing to pick up and go, because what you know you're supposed to have in your life is greater than where you are or where you have been. I truly do believe that for a person to reach that place that they're supposed to be, that highest place that they're supposed to be, and to continue to elevate in life, you're going to have to walk away from certain people, places, and things. It's up to you to decide if you're going to go forward with it. This video purpose is not meant for you to just up and leave and walk away from those things in your life that are good. But as a person, you have to be discerning for your own life and know when it's time to move on and know when it's time to progress forward. Let's go ahead and jump into the first thing that I want to talk about. I know for sure for my life that the things that you hold on to that you're supposed to let go of can surely set you back. This is because those old things can no longer go with you, and you trying to drag them and carry them into new seasons and to new places can actually cause more baggage to be upon you, and it can actually cause the place that you're supposed to be going to be sabotaged. For instance, I used to be very naive in my thinking when it came to friendships and the relationships that I had around me, and I used to think that because of a certain time that I've known a person, that meant that they're meant to be in my life forever. It wasn't until I went through seasons of betrayal, actually back-to-back betrayals, because that was a time for me to learn lessons and to get these essential things down before elevating into the next level. Because as you elevate, you're not going to be able to take everyone with you. But it wasn't until those seasons where I started to realize, oh, if I would have taken this person with me or went into this next space with this person, I would not have reached a place of growth that I have now, or even to that next level that I was going then. They would have set me back or been a burden or a hindrance to the new place. And based off of what was done to me in that timing, if they couldn't even handle where I was going then that next place, I couldn't even imagine what a person or people could have tried to do to me in that next place. So when it comes to your purpose in your life, there comes a time where you have to adopt this tunnel vision, where you have to learn to detach, but in a healthy way, not detach to where you don't care about anyone or you just completely ignore your feelings about people. Yes, you may go through times where you're grieving and mourning old relationships and old friendships. And honestly, it may take building up. It may take a few seasons. It may actually take life lessons for you to realize that you have to let go of certain things. But once you get to that place, I do hope that you get the revelation of why things had to go the way that they had to go. In those seasons, I didn't understand why. It didn't make sense to me. But now where I'm at, I'm able to look back and understand, okay, this had to happen because I need to get this done. I need to accomplish this. This is a part of my purpose, my life, and this needs to be fulfilled. And this is more important to me than holding on to connections and old friendships that are not serving me in the new place. I believe that a lot of you are actually being loyal to the wrong things, the wrong people. Those very things and people that you may be loyal to now in this season may be the very thing that is used to push you in purpose. So I, as a person, just like to make sure that I am analyzing the connections, whether it's business or personal, around me, and the relationships around me, and how are they serving me. Even familial relationships, I think it's so important to analyze what's going on around you, the people around you, how are they serving you, and not from a selfish place, but from just being aware of what is going on in your life. I say this a lot. I truly believe that the people that you keep around you can either help to make or break your life. So how are those people helping you to be a better person? How are these people helping you to continue to progress in life? And if you find that they are not helping you, if you find that it feels like you're being held back or you're stagnant in life and you are actively in a place of trying to grow and get to a better place, you may have to make the decision to move forward and leave some things behind. I believe that when you let go of the wrong things in life, that opens up the door for you to be able to receive the new things in life that are for you. It doesn't mean that if you don't let go of things, that those new opportunities and things won't come your way. But if you're already tied up in something old, if you have not opened your heart or opened your life to receive this new thing, time may go by where that thing may pass you. So you have to really be strategic with life and really understand that even though you may go through a season where it feels like you're at a loss, like you have let certain things go, and not even just people and relationships, it could be an old job. I'm not telling you to quit your job. You know for your own life what you want to do, and you have to discern for your own life what you feel is best for you. But it may require some people to actually leave their job, and they may actually be in a place where they're wondering what's next or what's coming next, and that space may be time for them to prepare for what's coming next, and an opportunity may come right away or it may come a little bit later while they're figuring out the next steps. And I completely understand if you have bills as an adult, most people have bills and you have things to pay. That is completely understandable, but just make sure that you're open to those new opportunities that are coming up. And we can even look at it from a place of like relationships. If you are tied down to the wrong person and a new person comes in and you're still tied down to that old person, it's going to be pretty hard for you to release that old thing and receive that new. I believe that a lot of people are willing to settle for the now because they don't want to sit in that space of waiting for that new thing to come and have time to themselves. It could even be beyond relationships, and not being able to sit and have that time can cause you to actually not be able to receive that new opportunity. It can cause blockages because if that space is already filled, that person may be like, oh, this person is not healed yet. This person is tied down to this thing. So don't block blessings. Don't be so quick to hold on to the wrong things in life and keeping placeholders, because life is one of those things where we never know where we may be a certain day or a certain time. So if you have gotten yourself tied up emotionally and all these different things going on the inside because of a placeholder or something that was never meant to be in your life, it can absolutely be hard to just say, okay, well, the new thing is here, I'm going to let it go and receive it. So be willing to let go of those old things that need to go out of your life. And it's okay if you need that time to just sit, be still, and prepare for the next thing, the new thing. And think about how a potential new beginning could be blocked by holding on to the past. There are some people who literally will not reach that level of success until they walk away from the old thing. One of the scriptures that I like to reference a lot and think about a lot, even with just like reflecting on my own life, is the scripture that talks about how a prophet receives no honor in their hometown. I'm not saying that you are or not a prophet, but I believe that there is wisdom from that scripture that we can take for our own lives. A lot of times our hometown and the places that we come from, we grew up with a lot of people, certain people, or we grew up a certain way. And as you start to elevate and go to different places and grow to a new person on the inside, people may actually become offended. People may actually feel like we grew up together. We ran around the same spaces. We went to the same school. We hung around the same people. This is family that I knew once and they weren't at this level, so now they're at this level. A lot of people that you grow up with and that you're around on your developmental stages, as far as could be from childhood to teenage years to now your young adult years, you may grow and develop a lot mentally and spiritually, and you may find your purpose, or you may discover this new way that you want your life to be, and you're working towards it. Those same people that grew up with you may not be at that same level. They may get there one day, but they may not be at that level with you. And a harsh reality is that a lot of people are not okay when they feel like somebody is one-upping them, or rising above them, or elevating beyond them. A lot of people have a mentality where it's like, oh, so you're gonna forget about me, or I can't allow this person to go this place. And in the end, if you stay holding on to those people with those mindsets and those people that are stuck in a place and they themselves don't know how to pull themselves out. And yes, it is nice to help others, but you have to know when it is your calling to actually help somebody in life, or if you're just allowing yourself to be used. It's not your job to be people's savior. If those people aren't willing to do the work, those people aren't willing to go inside and change for the better and seek God for their lives and walk out the journey and go through whatever trials and tribulations may come with them seeking this elevated place, then that is them. But don't allow yourself to be held back trying to bring everybody with you from your hometown, whether it's literally or metaphorically. Don't be caught back because you're trying to help everybody else come up. It's not your responsibility to bring everybody else up with you as you elevate and as you grow. And sometimes it may require you to be alone and isolated at times. But if you know that you are better in your life and you're going to the place that you're supposed to be going to, you have to be strong. You have to have that willpower. You have to have that grit mentally, and just motivate yourself and keep going so that you can reach the places that you are going to go. One thing I do know about life is that there's a lot of people in this world, okay? It's a lot of people on this earth. And so you can constantly build new connections and make new friendships. Again, that depends on different factors, how friendly you are. If you're a good friend or a good person, can you get out and about and be open to meeting new people? Different things like that, networking. But one thing I have learned about life is a lot of people in this world, on this earth, and connections can continually be growing. So I personally don't believe and subscribe to the idea that you can just befriend anybody. I personally am discerning with my friendships and the people that I allow in my life, specifically at this point now. And I'm not here to stop whatever you feel like you need to do. There was a place where I did allow, I was more open with allowing certain people into my life. But at this point in my life, I realized how important it is to be intentional with the relationships and the people that I have in my life. So I'm not quick to jump into things, and I feel like that's a good thing for people to not be quick to jump into friendships and relationships, especially if these are people you have never met, nobody around your circle or that you know may know anything about these people. I think it's wise to use wisdom with who you allow in your life, because people can be used as distractions, people can sabotage your life, and people can hold you back. And honestly, they may not necessarily be aware or trying to do it, but you never know what is in a person's heart. And if you are a person that is working towards goals, that is working towards purpose, that knows you have a higher calling, a higher place that you're trying to get to, you have to stay focused. You can't allow anyone to just come in and out of your life and destroy things, distract you, hold you back, and do all these things. And again, you may not even be aware of the different things going on and different dynamics and different friendships, connections, relationships. And this too can include coworkers, business relationships, until things actually go bad. I think that's when we have those moments to sit back and be like, I should have never had this person in my life. They were clearly showing me these signs that they weren't for me. They were clearly showing me these signs that they didn't want to see me succeed and prosper. They were clearly showing me these signs before betrayal had to happen that they don't have my best interest at heart. And so if you end up set back, then you have to spend more time getting back up to build yourself back up to move forward from a new place. Once you outgrow a place that is no longer meant for you, you may notice that your life, you're experiencing stagnation. It's like you keep doing these things, you keep trying to press out and start new things and do these things, but nothing is growing, because it is possible to literally outgrow the environment that you are in. I remember one day I just visually saw just a person in color, like just fully colored, and the background was black and white. I'm a very visual person, and God deals with me visually, like with visions and dreams. And when I saw this, I just realized, like, wow, we don't even always realize how we can be in the wrong environment. Or an environment may seem normal to you, the city that you're in, the people that you're around, where you may attend school. And I get it. If you're in school, you're in school. If you have to be there, if you're working towards a goal, that's one thing. But when it's just like you're just in stuff just to be in it, it's not really purpose driven, or it's not really, you don't really feel called to it in life. It can seem like you're stagnant or you're stuck, because that environment does not have the resources to help you thrive. And I'm thinking about like a seed, a plant. That seed needs the perfect amount of healthy soil and sunlight and water and the elements outside to be in the right place for it to grow into this beautiful plant, for it to grow into this beautiful flower. So think of your life as that. If you are planted in environments that are not good for you, if you are planted in places that are not good for you, that are not fruitful, that are not helping you to thrive, you may very well be holding your own self back, especially if you have the ability to move on, move forward, and do better. If you have the ability to drop these negative relationships, drop these negative connections, but you're holding on for whatever reason. Sometimes we just really want connection. Sometimes we just really want people around us, and that's not bad. I do believe that we're meant to have connection and have meaningful relationships and friendships. But unfortunately, sometimes that is not the reality. Unfortunately, sometimes the people that we come in contact with are not willing to do that same back for us. And you have to decide, are you going to stay in a certain thing, or are you going to do what you need to do to progress forward and have faith and have that hope that the right people are going to come? Okay, so I want to talk about this because I have just heard and seen, and I like to just watch different people's stories and lives and the things that they share. And there are some times where literally a person just knows that they need to leave the city that they're in, that they need to move, because when they move, it's going to open up the door to more opportunity, more blessings, and it's going to help them to get further to where they are trying to go. And now at this place in my life, I just love that, and I can understand it now. I didn't understand back then why all these people move away from places where they may have family or friends or where they have grown up for so long. But now I get it, and I understand that sometimes in order to be successful, you literally have to uproot and go. Uproot and go, because your destiny, your calling requires you to walk it out in a new place. The people that are supposed to give you opportunities and new open doors are in that new place. They're not back home with you. Yes, you may be able to get some opportunity, but will it be the fullness of what you know you're supposed to have and what you know you can have in this place? Are you willing to go to that new place and find out? And I personally don't believe that moving is for everybody. I'm not saying for everybody to just up and move to a new city and that your life is just going to be great and awesome. I don't believe that that is for everybody. I believe that the specific people that that is for, they'll just have a knowing in their spirit. They just know, like, I gotta go. And they go, they just move on that feeling. Now, I'm not saying move on emotion. Like, you need to know that you need to know, because uprooting and moving to a new place, I'm sure requires money, probably more money than most people would want to spend. It requires having to adapt to a new environment. It requires having to build new relationships. You may have to search for a new job if you're not already moving because of a job or something like that. So keep that in mind, that moving is probably not the most easiest thing to do. Although I do believe when a person knows they're meant to do it, they're graced to get through it. They're graced to get through that process and start fresh from a new place. Being willing to walk away from that old place, from that old thing, may cause greater success than you could ever imagine. And if you feel like you're not a person that is called to move, it could even require you to move to new friend groups, move to new environments, whether that could be schooling, whether that could be work environments, whether that could be social clubs, like where you do stuff for hobbies or that you love. I personally believe it does you justice to be very discerning in the places that you go, even when it comes to stuff like where you work out, where it comes to stuff like where you eat, because you never know how it may impact you. If you are around people a lot, pay attention. Even if you don't have personal close relationships with them, pay attention to how they treat you. Pay attention to how they act towards you. Everything that you allow in your life, even down to those little things, do affect you. They do have some level of effect on you. So go to those places where you feel welcome, where you feel like it's open for you to come and be yourself and thrive as who you are. Go to those places where you feel like you're able to receive that financial breakthrough, where they're willing to give you what you desire, where they treat you with respect. And it may not come right away. It may take some time to get to these places, but I believe it's worth looking into. I believe it's worth not just staying stuck at a place for 50 to 60 years of your life because of what may seem like security, but through it all, you're miserable, you're bitter. You don't really have drive in life or aspire for anything in life because you feel like you are just spending so much time doing this thing that it may no longer be worth it moving to a new thing. I do not want anybody to ever get to that place. I do not want anyone to ever feel like they have to be stuck at a place, although it's unfulfilling to them, because of what they may need in the moment. Yes, I understand that at times you have to be where you have to be at that moment to get what you need for that moment, whether it's to pay bills or whatever. But it is my heart's intent to see people get to a fulfilling place where they have their needs met, but they're also happy and thriving in life. I believe that a person being willing to walk away, even though they may experience hardship or it may require them repivoting and learning new things and going for their dreams, going for their goals, taking a chance on starting a business and different things. Even if it fails the first time, they get up and keep going and keep pushing, or get another job to get them through while they're building this thing. I believe that it can open up doors to financial breakthrough and even help them to get to greater financial brackets. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit more. I did kind of talk on it a little bit earlier in the video, but as you start to grow mentally into a new space and just start to grow spiritually and awaken to your purpose and all these different things, and just outgrow those old mindsets and lifestyle and things like that, it will upset the people who were once with you on that prior level, the people who grew up with you, because it's almost like you made it out. And so you have to be mindful with who you are bringing with you as you are going up, because everybody is not happy that you made it out. Everybody is not happy that you cracked the code. Everybody is not happy that you're going places. Everybody is not happy that you have decided to pursue your purpose. So you have to be willing to walk away. And when I say walk away, I don't mean be prideful and act like you're better than them. But you got to do what you got to do. You got to get to where you know you need to go. And I would just use wisdom and caution with reformulating relationship later down the line, or even not even later down the line, feeling like you have to go back with old relationships and things of the past, because you never know what a person's heart intent may be in trying to latch on and hold on to you so tightly. Now that you're in this new place, and I spoke about this a little bit earlier too, are they trying to sabotage you and keep you where they are? On my journey in life, I have seen a lot of things with people. I have seen a lot of things relationally when it comes to people, and I'm very discerning with the motives of people. So as you are moving up, just be mindful of what those people are around you for. I keep thinking about that crab in a bucket mentality. At the end of the day, most people are going to make sure that they are taken care of. Most people are going to make sure that they have their lives going the way they want it to go, but they're not going to intentionally be checking on everybody else around them. They may have been a friend that you had in a season that it was good and cool and y'all had fun, but in this new season, they're not able to be that same friend with you. Don't allow this idea of extreme loyalty to set you back, because you're trying to be loyal to people who in the long run will not be loyal to you, your purpose, or what you need to accomplish in your life to be fulfilled. Okay, and lastly, I just want to talk about how you have to be willing to walk away for the sake of your own self-respect. If you are around people who do not respect your boundaries, who do not respect you, period, who treat you any kind of way, but they say that you're a friend, they say that they're on your side, even family, they say that they're on your team, but their actions are not showing that, you have to be willing to say, I love myself enough to have boundaries. No matter who this person may be, if that person is not willing to stick with you and just switch whatever bad behavior they may be doing that's offending you, then that is a clear sign of how they feel about you. I've had plenty of situations in my life where I was not treated where I felt comfortable being treated. I was not treated right by people, and I spoke up. And instead of taking accountability and changing the way that they were acting towards me, they decided that they were going to be prideful, and some walk away and some thought that they can continue in those same patterns until they got cut off. So you have to understand that people will do what they feel like they are going to be able to get away with from you. And so you have to be willing to walk away from those people, and you also have to be willing to allow people to walk away also. If somebody knows that they are doing something wrong to you, but they choose their pride, they choose whatever they've convinced their self of in their mind, you have to allow things to be. And I truly believe that things happen for a reason. Things happen because you needed to see that. Things happen because if you would have continued to have this person in your life and they're unwilling to have boundaries, they're unwilling to hear when something is making you uncomfortable and you don't like the way you're being treated, they're unwilling to change, it might be that they're doing you a favor by walking away instead of just changing that very thing. Because if they continue on in the new place with you, if they continue on in a new path with you, it could set you back, it could hold you back. And it may be a thing where they may come back, they may apologize, they may realize whatever they have done. Maybe they won't, but it's not your job to sit around and wait for apologies. It's not your job to sit around and wait for people to come back in your life. This is why I say you have to be focused on your purpose. You have to be focused on your goals, on your dreams. You have to have a tunnel vision mindset and be willing to let go of things if you want to see success in life. Because if not, you may still reach a level of success, but it may come later. It may come longer. It may come with more delays, may come with more problems because you're allowing all these distractions and different things to come in and people to come in that's just causing chaos in your life. Focus on the end goal, and as you increase into these new seasons and these new levels, whoever is meant to be with you, I believe, will be with you. Whoever can withstand the new place and the new place that you're in, I believe will be willing to work with you in the new place. I believe will be willing to respect whatever boundaries you may have in your life. Maybe it's you don't like people calling you a certain thing. Maybe it's you don't like people treating you a certain way, whatever those boundaries may be. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope that it helps to give you insight for your life and to just understand that if you're really trying to reach success and have success in your life, then you're gonna have to be willing to walk away from some things. And everybody's life is different. So in your own life, you have to be willing to discern what those areas may be, what those people may be. For everyone, it may not be that they're supposed to move to a new city. For everyone, it may not be that they need to go to a new school or a new job. For everyone, it may not be that they need to get a new best friend or get a new partner. Whatever it is for your life, discern and move accordingly the way that you feel you need to move accordingly. So I thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.